Yeah, that's right. The Iowa men's basketball team traveled to Wisconsin last night and didn't put up much of a fight against the Badgers.
That's right, Cade. Tyler Cook went scoreless, and nonetheless, the Hawkeyes were not able to score double in the double digits. The leading scorer of the night was Jordan Bohannon, who only had 8 points the entire game. Iowa lost this one 65-45.
The Hawkeyes will travel to Lincoln as they take on the Cornhuskers in their final regular season game before the Big Ten tournament.
But on a positive note, after a solid 23-6 season, the Iowa women's basketball team is headed to Indianapolis today to take on the Hoosiers for the first round of the Big Ten tournament.
They also have the opportunity to host the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament here in Iowa City. Here's what the Hawks have to say about their upcoming challenge.
But to go undefeated on your home court during this Big Ten season and non-conference season, I think that's an amazing accomplishment.
3 games, 3 days. We want to cut down to that at the end of it all.
We definitely want to keep it going, so we're going to keep fighting like crazy to definitely get that hosting seed.
We want you to all come back. We can make this a great environment like it was today. You can help propel us to a victory and on into the NCAA tournament. So please come back.
Make sure you follow the Daily Iowan on Twitter to stay updated on what's going on in Indy throughout the weekend.
Going from one Big Ten tournament to another, the Hawkeye wrestling team heads to Minneapolis this weekend for their own postseason.
And we have DITV wrestling reporter John Ralston in the newsroom for more on the wrestling Big Tens. Good morning, John.
Good morning, guys.
So, John, Spencer Lee was pinned to lead off the Oklahoma State duel. How has Lee handled being pinned since?
Well, it's a good question, but after the presser with Brands and Lee, I feel like I shouldn't be the one to answer that question, so I'm going to let Lee and Brands do it for me.
Well, I mean, last time I was pinned, I think I was 9 in the state finals. Yeah. 8, 9, 10 state finals. So I was just, coaches they're on me about staying in a good position and wrestling the whole match hard. And for me, it was just getting back to myself and getting ready for the postseason. That's kind of what I've been focusing on.
These media outlets, they want to read into what I said about Spencer Lee. And so it was negative. It came out negative, and it wasn't negative at all. As a matter of fact, it was way more positive when I walked in there and saw him than maybe I was getting ready for, because it's never happened before. The guy's never been pinned. Keep talking for us. Keep, having these these ideas that you think that you know what I meant and what I'm saying and what he's thinking, because that's your jobs, and it's awesome for wrestling because it keeps everybody relevant, and I'll just keep chuckling. I'll tell you one thing, I don't need anybody speaking for me, but if you want to, it's fine by me.
That's why I let those two do the talking for me.
Moving up a weight class, how do you think Austin DeSanto will fare in his very first Big Tens?
Well, that's a really good question. Obviously, DeSanto has a really tough test. 133 is easily the hardest weight class in the entire NCAA. In fact, in the Big Ten, the top 6 pre-seeds are all in the top 10 in the NCAA right now. So Austin DeSanto should fare fairly well. The 3rd seed, Nick Soriano, he already beat at home in one of the most dramatic matches. Honestly, this is just a good test for him to see how he could fare at NCAAs with a good test in the Big Tens.
Aside from those 2 weight classes, is there any other weight class that fans should keep a close eye on?
Well, certainly, I would keep an eye on Pat Lugo. Pat Lugo just won Big Ten Wrestler of the Week after upsetting number 6 Caden Gfeller in Stillwater against Oklahoma State. That was a match where he had to bulldog fight that one out and keep Gfeller close. He proved he can win close matches. In fact, Pat Lugo started the season 8-6 and has since won 6 consecutive matches. I think if anyone has a chance to win 149 that's not in that top 3 to 4, it's going to be Pat Lugo.
Thanks, John. It's going to be a lot of fun spending my weekend watching the Big Ten wrestling.
Well, that's going to be it from us in the sports studio, but stick with the DI this weekend, and you have a complete coverage of the Big Ten women's basketball and wrestling tournaments.
You can find all that coverage and more at dailyiowan.com and on the Daily Iowan social media pages.
And plus, we'll have results from the Big Ten tournaments more on Monday's show, too. Back to you at the desk.